Hello, hello friends. Welcome. In a previous lecture, we have discussed the syllabus of BSc third year, paper number 15A, that is aquaculture, and that is for sixth semester. Okay. Today we are going to start the actual syllabus. Okay, and today we are going to start the first unit of this paper. As you can see in this picture, the title of this paper or the unit is the integrated fish farming. But before we start the integrated fish farming, we will move towards the actual means what are the contents of this unit is the. So firstly we have to discuss the aquaculture, what is aquaculture, and then we will discuss the definition, then scope and importance of aquaculture. Okay, and later on in this first point of this unit, first is the concepts of extensive aquaculture, intensive aquaculture. So these 3 points we will discuss today, and remaining the next part of this unit, as you can see in this slide, the types of aquaculture or the monoculture, polyculture, and the most important aspect in this unit is the integrated fish farming. Okay, so in integrated fish farming we have this, we will discuss the paddy cum fish culture, then the fish cum pig farming, then later on cattle cum fish farming, and fish cum duck farming. Okay, now we will discuss the first, what is aquaculture, how we define aquaculture, and what is what are the importance, what are the scopes of this aquaculture. So we will discuss first the definition. We know aquaculture means what. So see here, the definition of this aquaculture is the rearing of aquatic organisms, the rearing of aquatic organisms under controlled or semi-controlled conditions. Means the rearing of these aquatic organisms, okay, and which are controlled by what? Control, under control or semi-controlled conditions. Okay, and other terms we can define it, the rearing of desirable aquatic organisms, means whatever the organisms we need, we require the organisms, that organisms we can culture or we can rear under confined conditions for economic or social benefits. Okay, no doubt these organisms which we have culture, which we have reared, that should be what? That should be economically good, or they are benefited to mankind. That's called social benefit. Okay, that's what in other words we can define the aquaculture also. Okay, no doubt when we think about the simple way how we can define it, so the large scale husbandry or rearing of aquatic organisms for commercial purpose. Again, just we have previously we have discussed that the economic or social benefits, the rearing of this particular organism is there, but in the simple way we can say that this rearing of aquatic organisms for commercial purpose, means the economic value is more important as far as the aquatic organisms we have concerned, or whatever the organisms we have selected for this aquaculture. Okay, now so you can see in this picture one photograph is seen in this slide. Okay, so the fish farmers, they catch the, what we can say, the fish fry fingerlings. Okay, and this can be done, means it is in control condition. Okay, so now we will move towards the introduction of this aquaculture. It is concerned with what? It is concerned with propagation and rearing of aquatic organisms under complete human control, involving the manipulation of at least one stage of life, one stage of their life before harvest, in order to increase their production. So here the aquatic organisms which we have reared, which we have cultured, they should manipulate at least one stage of their life cycle. Means, for example, when we culture fishes in a pond, okay, at that time the fry stage or finger stage we procured from respective or procured from the fish farms, and after procured from this fish seed farm, we release into a pond, we release into any fish farm. Okay, and after releasing them, we taking some care, we take some care of this particular animals or particular fishes, and after some taking care, the production, the final production is more, because we will take care, we will manage their management is more important as far as the fish culture is concerned. Then the artificial is there, artificial feeding is there. Okay, number of, then the physicochemical parameters of water we can manipulate, or we can check in a regular basis. Okay, so in this way we can culture the aquatic organisms. Then it includes, so here, see here, aquaculture is not only culture of fishes, but number of other animals. They are also useful for mankind, or we can say the social benefits or the economical purpose also. So along with the fishes, the crustaceans like prawns, we know the in freshwater media or in freshwater, the microbrachium rosenbergi and microbrachium malcolmsoni, the two major species we have cultured or we have found in our area. Okay, then the shrimps in brackish water, then the crabs, the after fish, the crab is more consumed by people, then the lobsters, then the mollusks, like again the mollusks like oyster, mussels, snails. These are the mollusks, for example the oyster or the mussel, they are useful for the pearl culture also. Okay, means they are the economically again good animals. Then the again not only the crabs or the lobsters or the prawns or the fishes, but the some echinoderms also useful for the rearing purpose, used for the rearing purpose, like sea urchins and the sea cucumbers. Now in India, the culture of freshwater major crab and prawn and brackish water shrimp assume great importance in recent years. No doubt the Indian major crabs or the prawn, I will just told you that the microbrachium rosenbergi, very good example of this prawn, freshwater prawn, and again the brackish water shrimp farming. It is a good example in the Surat, where a huge amount of shrimp culture is there. Okay, so these fishes or these prawns or the shrimps, they are gaining more importance day by day, because the demand is high and it is nutritious food and consumed by the many people or consumed by lots of people. Okay, and here it is not a new, again the aquaculture is not new, but it is an old practice and developed into a modern science during recent years. No doubt this aquaculture is not a new technique or new methodology to culture these aquatic organisms, but it is an old practice. But nowadays what happened, the modern science, because of this modern science, this aquaculture technique or aquaculture technology is more developed now. Okay, and it became what it has become one of the most lucrative of the farming practices. Okay, and then again one more important aspect comes here, that's the culture and the capture fisheries. See here, the capture fisheries have been main source of our fish production. No doubt we know that we are solely depend on the capture fisheries, because we have a plenty of sea, okay, seashore, and because of this we have depend on capture fisheries. We have number of reservoirs also, we have freshwater reservoirs, we have rivers, more big rivers, number of rivers we have, but we have depend on capture fisheries. And however, these production from capture fisheries has not been increasing in recent times because of pollution and over exploitation of natural stocks all over the world. No doubt, see here, the capture fisheries, no doubt we are dependent on the capture fisheries, but because of this pollution, because of this over exploitation of us fish species, the stock of the particular fishes they are decreases day by day, and there is no scope for increasing the fish production in a capture fisheries. Day by day this production or this capture fishery get declined because of pollution, and the main and important reason of this declining of capture fisheries is the over exploitation of fishes. Means we just go into the sea and we just release nets and we collect the fishes from seawater, and now after collecting the whatever the fishes present in the sea water, their number is decreases day by day. Okay, so as an alternative for that purpose, no doubt, only we don't what we say that we are not solely depend on again. If you fulfill the demand of people, if you want to fulfill the demand of people, or if you want to fulfill the demand of the peoples, okay, you have to search alternative for this capture fisheries. And nowadays this aquaculture appears to be the most suitable means of increasing fish production. So because of this declining capture fisheries, we are gaining importance of the aquaculture. Okay, and it is an alternative source for the capture fisheries. Okay, now again, these aquatic organisms are the most important source of animal proteins to the people. Why we are taking this our diet? Because it is very cheap source of protein. A good amount of proteins found in the particular aquatic organisms, and they are easily available community also. Okay, and abundant low cost protein rich food through aquaculture production will solve the problem of balanced diet of people. Okay, means we require balanced diet, but these fishes or these aquaculture organisms we have reared, we have cultured, they are the they solve this problem of this balanced diet of people. Okay, and the aquatic resources of our country are rich and varied in terms of types of both water and species of fish and shellfish. We have just explained that. I have just explained that we have plenty of seashore line. Okay, from we just see the from Gujarat, Maharashtra, then the Kerala, Tamil Nadu, then the again the Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha. Okay, then the West Bengal or the Assam. So these are the states where we have plenty of sea resources, and by this is the very rich source, and just we go there and just capture the fishes found in the seawater. And no doubt, not only the in terms of ocean or in the sea, but we are also rich in the freshwater resources also. We have number of rivers present in our India, and along with these rivers we have big reservoirs also. Okay, and that particular water resources the fisheries were damaged. Okay, and the no doubt again, not only the finfish or shellfish, all these fishes, all these other non-fish organisms also cultured in a very high amount in our India. Okay, so it also aquaculture also provides a scope for wastewater utilization to produce food. Means the wastewater is also used full for production the food. See here, one of the again advantages of this aquaculture is to it provides scope again to use the wastewater for the production of food also. So the utilization of the aquatic resources to maximum the utilization of aquatic resources to a maximum extent for getting higher food production has led to blue revolution. We heard the term green revolution, no doubt, in Punjab, Haryana, or the Madhya Pradesh, where the farmers they performing the farm activity and the green revolution we know. Okay, but as far as the blue water, as far as the water is concerned, this is very important as far as the blue revolutions. Okay, so with this blue revolution, the country cannot only meet the food demands of the people, but also earn foreign exchange also. Okay, see here, we just discussed here that yes, this aquaculture or this pisciculture, the demand or the fulfill the balance or they solve the problem of balanced diet of people, or they fulfill the demand of people, but it is not fulfilled like that. It is not it not only meet the food demand, but because of the exporting, because of this exporting the fishes or other aquatic organisms, our country will get enough foreign exchange also. It is one of the important criteria of aquaculture, and the employment generation is also important as far as the aquaculture is concerned. Okay, so this aquaculture has the potential of being the second largest means of food production, next only to agriculture. We know, no doubt, the agriculture is very important and it provide the food to all mankind. But after agriculture, this sector, that is the aquaculture sector, it fulfilled, or it is the second largest means food production after only the agriculture. Okay, so its scope and importance, how this aquaculture aims. So here aquaculture aims at what? At producing aquatic organisms of nutritional, ornamental, therapeutic and industrial value. No doubt, not these fishes not only cultured, not only reared for only food purpose, but this can be useful for ornamentally purpose, then the therapeutic and the again the industrial values also there. Okay, so it is also a rich source of animal protein. Fish is also a rich source of animal protein, and its culture is an efficient protein food production system for aquatic environment. Okay, and the main role of aquaculture is its contribution in improving the nutritional standards of the people. This is or that is why the importance of aquaculture is there, because what its contribution is in improving the nutritional standards of people. Okay, and it also helps in utilizing water and land resources, and it provides inducement to establish other subsidiary industries in the country. Along with this fish culture, number of industries, they are dependent on aquaculture also. Okay, so see here, this is the use of fish. I just downloaded it from the, this is the source of this picture. Okay, so see here the use of fish. Here this is the fish and how we can culture. Here this is the cage culture. By applying this technology, by using this technology, we can increase the fish production. And not only just here this how this fish can be used in various ways, like we can see these byproducts. See the 49%, as we can see this picture, 49% fish muscle is used. Okay, then the head of this particular fish is 18%, then the backbone is 10%, of course is 10%. Viscera is also useful, it was 7%, and the skin is 6%. There about 100% fish can. How we can use this here? This is the fish production. Here the muscle. Okay, muscle can give rise a number of remedies, or we can say the it is useful for the as a food. Okay, they are used as a food. Then the fins. Okay, just here this animal feed energy is there. Then the in the backbone they have minerals. Okay, they extracted the minerals from this backbone. Then the head region, this head region has a protein hydrolysis. Okay, and see here in this liver, I know, just see here the fish is not only useful for the food, but is an the medicinal value is more important. So see in the from the liver we extracted oil, and which is also useful for the food supplement. Then the viscera, it gives protein peptides. Then skin is the collagen gelatin, and the chitin, coating, pharmaceuticals also used. Pharmaceutical industries also we have used this fishes, the fish. Okay, so in this way, again a number of again uses we have discussed in a future in the next particular units where it comes. Okay, so in this way the fish can be used in a various ways. Okay, as you can see in this picture. Now the scope. So see here, the fish is a rich source of animal protein, and its culture is an efficient protein food production system for aquatic environment. The cultivable organisms are cultured in different types of culture systems. Many culture systems are based on traditional ideas that have been used for years, but some encompasses new and sometimes radical concepts that make them unique. Okay, nowadays no farmers they are involving in a traditional culture, because modern techniques they are used. They're taking some training from a reputed institution. For example, the CIF or the number of Krishi Vigyan Kendra is there, number of fisheries colleges there, and by taking some training, by taking some extra knowledge, taking some technical knowledge of fishery, the fish farmer they use in their farms. Okay, so natural resources can be used as a culture systems and organisms to be cultured or stock in the water body. So it also provides, see here, this aquaculture, no doubt it gives food, it gives other byproducts, but one of the important scope is the employment opportunity. It gives employment to the unemployed peoples. Okay, again the cage culture or cage aquaculture is a new avenue in aquaculture. Nowadays it gains more importance. Okay, so cage aquaculture we will discuss it later on. Okay, and sewage is also used in culture. I just explained that the wastewater can be used for the fish culture. Okay, so in this way the it is also important. On the byproducts are used as a raw material in poultry and cattle feed. Whatever the byproducts from made by this from this fishery industries, they are also useful for the poultry and cattle feed. And again, the when we saw an aquarium in front of us, the beautiful fishes, they are swimming in the aquarium, and by seeing them we are just enjoying the particular scene. So these ornamental fisheries can be developed for the employment purpose also. Okay, so you can see in this picture natural resources of water, how can we used, okay, these type of water bodies for the culture of fishes, culture of other aquatic organisms also. Okay, now the next in this is the concept of extensive and intensive culture system. What is intensive, what is extensive? So see here, based on the level of management intensity of culture system, how we can manage this culture system, depend on that the aquaculture can be recognized or can be categorized into following culture system. Number one is traditional culture. No doubt this is very old one. There is no management involved in this traditional system. See here, it is very simple one, old one, and with a very few, I can say that, rather very few, it can say that there is no inputs and management in this traditional system. Just in traditional culture sectors, the yield is very low per unit area because of low stocking density and without selection of species, lack of fertilization and supplementary feeding. No doubt this what happened in traditional culture systems here, just fish farmer they brought out the fish seed, that is the fry or the fingerlings from the fish tail farm, and they just release into the any pond or any water body for culturing the fishes. Okay, but later on after releasing they do not give any artificial food to the species, or at the time of releasing they do not select the particular species for this culture, or they this density of the stocking is very low at the time of releasing this fingerling or the fry, and there is no fertilization, there is no supplementary feeding given to the fishes, because whatever the natural food is present in the water body, that only consumed by the fishes. And by these reasons the input, or we can say that the yield is very low. Okay, and so that's why there is no means it is very simple one and old one, where there is no any other we can say the practice available. For example, the artificial feeding is there, manuring is there, or the physicochemical or the biological properties of water they are not maintained. Okay, so just release the fishes, and after some time or after some months, from 6 to 8 or 9 months, or from when you just go there and just procure the fish from the pond. Just it is the traditional culture. Now the extensive culture. So it is an improved culture practice over the traditional culture, where the cultivable species are selected and stocked at low density. Now over this traditional culture system, this extensive culture is somewhat, we can say, the improved one, because in this there is a selection of species was means we can say they are the select, or the species were selected in this system, and again the density is also low, and the fertilizers and supplementary feeds are used to limited extent in the fields. No doubt, this is the extensive culture, but this fertilization and or the fertilizers or the supplementary feeds are used, but that used in a very limited extent in the field. Okay, and the stock species mostly depend on natural food organisms developed from the fertilization of water. When we fertilize the pond water, at that time after fertilization, the natural food present in the water, they are increases, means the in the form of phytoplankton, zooplankton, they are increases, and that fishes present in this extensive culture system, they are solely depend on this what the natural food. Okay, this is the extensive culture. Now the semi-intensive culture. So here, after traditional, the extensive, then the semi-intensive. So it is an improved culture practice over the extensive culture, where the cultivable species are selected and stocked in form of post larvae or fingerlings at a higher stocking density. See here, why this system is called semi-intensive culture, because in the traditional or in the extensive culture system, the number of farmers, they used fry stage or fry stage for the culturing, but in this semi-intensive culture, the fish farmers or the they use the fingerlings. Okay, and which is in higher stocking density. Okay, so the mostly the seed produced from hatcheries is stock. So the artificial breeding where they're done, means the government seed farm is there or private fish seed farm is they supply the this type of fingerlings. Okay, so they are stock this type of seeds and fertilizers to develop natural food organisms, and supplementary feed in the form of formulated compound feed as per the nutritional requirement are provided. Just when these fingerlings they are released into the water body in a pond, at that time the extra what we can say the some training. I just told you that some farmers they are taking trainings, how the feed is there, how we can feeding to the fishes, how the fertilization is done. So by using this technology, they done this semi-intensive culture, and water quality is also maintained to certain extent by the culturist in this semi-intensive culture. That's why the production or the income from this semi-intensive culture is more than traditional and the extensive fish culture system. Okay, now the last but one is the intensive culture. See, it is a highly evolved culture practice with a very high stocking density and provided with more formulated feed and more irrigation. So as far as fish culture is concerned, when we think about fish culture, so water quality or the dissolved oxygen present in the water, they are very important. Okay, so by maintaining this type of water quality or just checking regular interval, and if the oxygen depletion is there, so by using some artificial aeration, artificial aerators, the aeration is there. Okay, and they are cultured with great control by culturist. Whatever the fishes who have culture in that particular system, that particular fish culturist, they have great control on them, and the stocking is done with hatchery reared juveniles, and the natural food is negligible in this system, and it is only exclusively based on feed based. Means no doubt the natural food is present in this intensive culture, but they are not depend only on natural food. The continuously the artificially food is given to the fishes. They are also what we can say the nutritional whatever the nutritional requirement of the fishes is concerned. So on the basis of their requirement, that type of food is given to the fishes in the intensive culture system. Okay, then it maintain what I have just told you, that it maintain the water quality parameters, which is one of the important criteria in the fish culture. That water quality means the maintenance of pH, then the dissolved oxygen. Okay, so maintaining the frequent changing by providing water circulation together with constant irrigation. If the need is there to change the water, the fish culturist change the water at the time. Okay, so this is happen in intensive culture system, not in traditional or extensive or the semi-intensive culture, but it is only happen in the what we can say the intensive culture system. and the ponds, tanks and raceways are example of culture chambers utilized in extensive culture system. Okay, now the last culture system is the super or hyper intensive culture. You can just see in this picture, this is me, okay, and I have done the cage culture. So see here the stocking density is extremely higher in this particular system, and there is a complete control of culture system by the culturist. So you can see in this picture, this is a experimental cage, no doubt, but the fish culturists, they are totally control the culture system. Okay, hence the continuous water exchange is made through biological filter system, then constant aeration is provided to meet the dissolved oxygen requirements at higher stocking densities, then the highly nutritious filleted feeds are provided for better growth of cultivated animals in this system, and that is why the cage culture is the best example of super intensive culture techniques. You can see this picture, by taking some food, we can see this is the pelleted food given to the fishes, or the along with this natural food, no doubt okay. So this way, in this way, the we can say this the super or hyper intensive culture is there. Okay, so with this the first part of this unit first is over. The next part of this unit is the integrated fish farming, that will be discussed in our next lecture. Okay, till then, if you have any problem again, dear students, then you just ask the questions in our chat box in our YouTube channel. Okay, with this I will stop here. Thank you very much.